So I'm here with Christophe. Christophe, you're from the French Loco team, is that right?
Yes, actually.
Now, you guys had a really, really big launch party.
Yeah.
For Intrepid. How did that go?
Very, very well. Actually, we had two parties. Two parties in Paris, because we also have a lot of parties all across France, something like 15. But we had a party for the release, on the night of the release, to have some beer, stuff like that. Just a small one, I mean, just a few of people, something like 50. But we also had a huge party, it was 2 weeks ago, so at the end of November, which was more, not just a release party, but also an install party. That's why we call them an Ubuntu party, because they have so many stuff, and we have 4,000 people there.
Wow.
Exactly, 4,082, according to the official count number of the place where we're doing the party.
Excellent. So that's a lot of people. Where do they all come from?
Our French guys.
All over France?
Yeah, all over France.
Wow.
Paris mainly, but also from people from the east part, the south part, the west part. Yeah, we're dragging a bit of people there.
So where did you hold this party? Where's big enough to fit 4,000 geeks in?
So it's 4,000 people on 2 days. So it's 2,000 a day. But we're quite lucky because we have an agreement with a place in France which is dedicated to do exhibitions for science stuff. And they're really, really happy that we can do that in their place. And we're really happy because it's quite famous, quite huge in downtown Paris. And they have a full basement dedicated to digital array stuff with lots of PCs, something like more than 100 of PCs, and they're all running Ubuntu or Ubuntu. But so everybody who's going there can log in, and they're using Ubuntu for that. So we're doing the party there.
So you say there was an install fest as well. What else was going on?
There was an install fest where I think something like 200 people went with a PC and laptops. We had to, because they wanted to install Ubuntu just because they were facing a problem and they wanted someone to help them to solve it. We also had a Mozilla workshop. It was not a big one, but there was a Mozilla workshop. There was a workshop also from another association in France, a non-profit organization like we are in France, that aims to promote free software in general. And we also had some conferences, because the workshop I mentioned, Mozilla and the other association, the April, they were doing that on, I would say, in parallel to the party.
Right.
In a small room that we had through the party, but it was doing in parallel. But I think we have 14 hours of conferences with many presentations about what is Ubuntu, what are the new stuff in Intrepid, how to contribute, the server stuff, and many stuff.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
So are you planning to do it for the next release as well?
Yeah, actually, we're doing that party here in Paris every 6 months. And so we're already starting to discuss for the next one, which will be in May.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is something that we really want to emphasize, to start to gather a lot of people. Because one of the guys from the Mozilla team started to tell us, I think you're doing the biggest stuff in France for open source.
Mm. Yeah, wow. I mean, it's very, very, very impressive to have 4,000 people come along to a thing. So what are you doing here at UDS?
I'm here mainly in the community tracks because of the French loco, which is one of the biggest loco, and I'm starting to be quite active in that, but also on, I would say, on more bigger loco related problems. But I'm also here because I do some packaging, but honestly I didn't have any other session of packaging, so I went to the community tracks, and I'm on my way to Motu, and I'm also interested in, I would say, the learning curve of the packaging stuff and development stuff, since I'm the coordinator for the mentoring program. Okay,
so how does that work? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Okay, so the mentoring program aims to give any new developer who wants to start and help, because usually some people say, okay, I want to help, but what can I do to do that? Where do I start? And since we really think that the communication one-on-one people, is really important, we tell them, okay, we can give you someone who is more experienced, who is already a Motu coder or an Ubuntu Universe contributors, and he can learn you some stuff. And so the people start to talk together, and we're quite happy because we have quite a lot of good results in that.
And you're yourself on the road to becoming a Motu.
Yeah.
So how's that going?
Great, I hope. Yeah, I'm very, very, very happy because I've been lucky enough to meet some great people that really helped me a lot on IRC, and this is so great to meet them here because we really have a good exchange outside the sessions. And I think in the next few months I will apply to Motuship, and I hope my sponsor will be okay to grant me the privilege to be a Motu.
Okay, so why did you want to be a Motu?
Why do I want to be a Motu? First of all, to be able to participate in the development more actively, because currently when you're not a Motu, of course you can participate, you can send patches, you can do a lot of stuff, but you're always waiting for a sponsor. And usually when you wait for a sponsor, first of all you take time from someone who can do other stuff, and then I mean it's a bit more or less work that you can also spend on other stuff, doing other stuff. So, but mainly the idea of becoming a Motu is to not annoy anyone with my work, but I also want to. I also think that once you're a Motu, you can start to deal with other stuff, and you can review other people's work, so you can help them to learn.
So is this your first UDS?
Not actually, no. I was in Prague.
Okay.
I went there by my own means in Prague, and with my company that helped me. But this time I'm sponsored, and this is my first full UDS because I was just here for after the UDS, and I was not staying at the same hotel, and so it was not really a full UDS. But this time it is my first UDS. Yes.
And have you found it?
Totally amazing. I mean, this is really so great. Being here with so many people, you work daily, you talk daily with all the people, but you hardly met them once or 2 weeks a year. And finally, when you met these people, you realize that there's a face behind the nickname, and there's someone who actually cares about the same stuff than you are. This is great, honestly. And the sessions part is great, but the nights part is also great. I mean, we're having great fun here. We can start to talk with everything, on everything, and I really think it's something that some people said easily, but I really think that we are almost a bunch of friends, and that's quite amazing because we are just working on our side, and when we met like this, we are almost like a bunch of friends who have history together, and this is something quite amazing, I think.
Excellent. Well, thank you for talking to me today.
Thanks to you.